are a popular location for families and children, but what people don't realize is the effects it can have on the animals that are being held in captivity. Animals in these situations are being taken away from their homes in the wild and their families.
Animals in zoos live in enclosures that are hundreds of times smaller than where they would live in the wild.
I wouldn't want to live in a cage with a bunch of people staring at me all day long. Animals don't like it either.
How can kids learn about wild animals by looking at them locked up in cages? That's not natural at all.
It makes the animals feel really stressed. They can even get so stressed out that they go crazy.
Zoos have obtained a reputation in general for being a sad place where animals are tortured and forced to be kept in cages for their entire life. However, people who believe this don't see it from a scientific perspective, meaning that animals live longer in these places because they can't be exposed to the dangers of the wild, making them more immune to becoming endangered or extinct.
Okay, Jordan, so I know that you live in Fort Wayne, and I know that Fort Wayne Children's Zoo is pretty popular in that area. So, how often do you visit your zoo in your hometown on a yearly basis?
Usually like 1 to 2 times a year.
Okay, and for what reason did you go to the zoo when you went? Was it for more so educational reasons or just for entertainment?
Usually entertainment, go hang out with my friends, ride the rides, stuff like that.
Okay. Do you notice anything about the animals while you were at the zoo, like anything specific that you realized?
Some of them don't necessarily look like they're in their natural habitat, so I've kind of noticed that some.
All right, and then overall, do you think that the animals are being treated well in zoo captivity?
No, I don't think they are. They're made to be out in the wild, and I just don't think it's fair that we lock them up. It's kind of inhumane of us to do.
To recap, Jordan said that she visits her local zoo around a couple times a year. From that, she says that she visits solely for entertainment purposes, and she also realizes that the animals that are in captivity at this zoo don't really look to be in their natural habitat.
So, do you think that your community would be positively or negatively affected if zoos were to shut down in your area?
Definitely negatively.
Negatively? Okay. How do you think that it would be negatively affected?
I think that the zoo is just kind of one of the main attractions that Fort Wayne has, so without it, it'd be pretty boring. It's like a big source of business for the city.
So, since a lot of people's concern is treating the animals poorly in your area, how do you think that the community could help with that, or how do you think that they could change the way that zoos are looked at in your area?
I think we could definitely do some research on how to better treat the animals and just really just spread a lot of awareness.
Jordan stated that if zoos were to shut down in her area, that her community would be very negatively affected. Not only that, but she does see this as a problem and thinks that the best way to keep people educated on the topic is to spread awareness throughout her community, as well as do extra research on how to better treat the animals. By implementing classes starting at the middle school age range, students will be able to get to know about the topic and form their own opinions on while the brain is still developing. This prevents students from only gaining opinions based on others, as well as educating them on the topic, being that it is becoming a larger issue as society continues. This course could be included in current life science classes and take up to 2 to 3 weeks of information for them to be fully educated on the subject.